Honey, is it on? Is it on? Is this thing recording? What's up, y'all? This is your girl, TS Madison, coming to you loud, live, and always and forever in the color from the Outlaws podcast. And I'm back yet again with another fabulous guest. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I tell y'all all the time that I'm always enamored with my guests when they come to the show. But this guest in particular is one of my good girlfriends. And not only one of my good girlfriends, she is also one of my spiritual advisors. So if she tell me you gotta go, bitch, you gotta go. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my girlfriend, Dr. Lakara Foster.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, Lakara. Yeah. So is it still Foster?
It is still Foster.
I was told.
Yes.
A little birdie told me that you're engaged.
I am engaged as of April of this year.
Wait, so you got engaged in April?
Yes.
So usually when you get engaged, don't you get married like the next month?
No, that is not how it works.
I don't know how marriage works.
No, we're taking our time.
I'm getting my prenup together.
There you go. Now you got to do that. You got to do that. Okay, that's important. But we're going to plan something for 2027.
Okay.
Yes.
Now see how you see how you just throwing me. I was gonna go to car. So you get engaged in April of 2025.
Yeah.
And then you're planning something for 2027.
Yes. Because we both have a lot of things that we want to do first, and a wedding is expensive. But we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it big. I'm from New Orleans, so you already know. You got second line bands, you got crawfish, you got etouffee. You gotta have all the things.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that. So stick a pin in that and remind me.
Pin in that right there.
Dr. Lakara Foster, you are a minister.
Yes.
And a medium.
Yes.
And a pastor.
I'm a pastor, yes.
How does all three of that fit into one circle or one triangle or one square? How does that happen?
Yeah. So, I always tell people that it's not something that I needed to reconcile, because I truly believe that mediumship is really one of the hallmarks of Christianity, right? Because when we think about Jesus and we think about Jesus being on the Mount, Jesus was talking to Moses and Elijah, who had been gone for hundreds of years. So that in and of itself is mediumship.
But that was the Son of God, though.
Yes, but I'm glad you bring that point up, because I believe that Jesus was really trying to tell us that we are no different from Jesus. Even when Jesus says that I and the Father are one, Jesus is teaching us, listen, everything that I am doing, you all can do too. And I think that one of the greatest lessons that Jesus spoke was that greater works will you do. Okay. And I think that's what you're doing. And I think that that's what I'm doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when did you realize that you had the gift of sight or the gift of hearing and knowing?
I was 3 years old. I didn't know it then, but looking back now, I can say that my earliest memory of being a medium and sensing spirit, I was 3 years old and I was at a funeral. And my great aunt who had passed, like, I could feel her energy. I could see her. And I really thought, like, oh, okay, when you die, like, you get to attend your own funeral. And I'm having this experience, and I'm thinking that other people are also having the same experience and realizing that they're not.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wind that back and do it again. Because that was a lot for me to process really fast.
Yes. So at 3 years old, I just began sensing spirit, and I didn't know it then. I didn't know what to call it. I didn't have the language for it. And I think that a lot of people are having the same experience and just don't have the language for it.
Ah. Okay. So you've been called a witch how many times?
1,374.
Witch.
75. And I think that's such an interesting, and I always say it jokingly, like, witches cook, and I don't. One of your staff just asked me, being from New Orleans, you cook? And I'm like, no, I don't cook. I can cook, I just don't like to cook.
You say witches cook?
Yeah, they cook. They got to make the potions and stuff.
My mama cooks.
Well, I'm just saying.
Got it from somewhere. But...
But you understand what I'm saying. And I think again, people not having the language. So they lump everyone into one category, whether you're a medium or a psychic or clairvoyant or clairaudient. It's just, we just don't call it witch.
What's been your greatest, what's been your biggest pushback that you've gotten from the church? from the traditional church? Because I think you attend and you pastor at a alternative church, right?
Well, yeah, our church is the Vision Church of Atlanta, and we're an affirming church, but more so a prophetic church.
Affirming and prophetic church.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would say the biggest pushback, I think now more people, because they are awakening to their gifts and they're remembering their gifts, there's a lot less pushback. But when I came out in 2018 or 19 to say like, hey, I'm a medium and a minister, but understand because I'm from New Orleans, that's just, you've been to New Orleans, so you know that this is the city, this is the culture. There was not a lot of, pushback or even surprise because my aunt has the gift, my great aunt has the gift, all of this stuff. But being in the church, I think people, again, don't have the language. And again, we're following, theology that is not necessarily correct.
That's not ours.
That's not ours. And also that's not accurate, especially if with a lot of people wanting to turn to the King James Version of the Bible, that in and of itself has a lot of contradictions in it.
Now, you got to watch it when you're talking to these things and saying Christian and all, because Christian people will go crazy over like the little thing. And they will, I'm telling you, somebody's going to get under this comment section and write all types of scripture. Be ye not deceived. God shall not be mocked. And don't convene with spirits and blah, 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 blah. And God told such and such and they blah, 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 blah.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that my job as a spiritual teacher is to teach what I've learned and teach what I know and teach what I experience for those people who are ready to wake up, that they can align with the messages that they're receiving.
So do you do this professionally?
I do. This is my profession.
All right. Now, what would you say to a person that says, like, well, if this is a gift that God gave you, why are you charging people to do it?
Well, I mean, I think that being a lawyer is a gift.
Oh.
And a lawyer will charge.
Come on.
And being a doctor is a gift.
Hey.
Right? And all of our gifts are, all of our gifts are spiritual gifts. Right? You could be a lawyer and it be a spiritual gift, a doctor, entertainer, and all of that is still your spiritual gift because this is what your spirit came to experience. This is your spiritual gift. And so the scripture tells us that your gift will make room for you.
I've quoted that countless times.
Yes.
Listen, I was gifted with many things.
Yes.
And it has made room for me.
And you have a lot of room.
Listen, it made room for me. And then not only did it make room for me, I also moved to the next phase of my gifts.
Yes. Yeah.
I used to have really good sex.
Okay.
I charged for that.
Yeah.
That was a gift.
Absolutely.
God gifted me. God, them, they, she, it, him, whatever. The universe gave me good pussy.
Okay. No condemnation.
No condemnation.
Yeah.
And condoms were used. And I charged for it.
Okay.
Once I moved from that place, there were new gifts. Well, there were other gifts that awakened and unlocked.
Yes. Yes. And it continues to make room for you.
It continues to make room for me.
Yes.
I charge to walk in a room and give and emit, or give out or whatever.
Your
big
personality,
word.
your energy.
Yeah, my energy, and that costs.
Yeah.
And so I feel you when you say that.
Yes.
I want to know, when you first discovered your gifts, and then you tried to share it with somebody, did people think you were crazy?
No. And I think that could be one of the reasons why I continue to move forward in it. One of my first readings, I was in college, and one of my college classmates was really suffering. And every time she would come around, I would see this woman or feel the energy of this woman who was present with her. And so one day, like, we're sitting in the dorm and I asked her, I said, do you have an aunt that has passed? And she said her aunt had just passed right before we got to college. And I started telling her, like, this is what you all buried her in. She didn't like the dress. Like, and she's cracking up because she's like, I knew it. Like, I knew she would have hated this dress. And it brought her such a sense of relief from the grief that she was experiencing that a part of me was like, I want to help as many people as I can with this.
Wow.
And I think that that's a big part of, especially the mediumship part, is that people are looking for relief from their grief, right? mama's passed, daddy's passed, and maybe they didn't get a chance to say goodbye, right? One of the ways spirit communicates with me is through signs and symbols. So sometimes if I'm talking to somebody and spirit like snaps their finger, if you will, that to me means I passed suddenly or unexpectedly and people didn't get the chance to say goodbye. So I'm communicating that to them, and whatever spirit wants to communicate to them, like people are finding relief in their grief.
So you walk around on a day-to-day basis. Do you hear you hear voices, or do you see things, or it's a combination of both?
It's a lot of things, right? And it's funny because I'm teaching a class right now and teaching my students how to recognize spirit, because we have what is called parasenses, right? So you have your eye, your sight, your hearing, your taste. All of these are our physical senses, but the parasenses are like our spiritual senses. So it's like if I tell you to see a little white dog running around here, you could see the little white dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much how spirit communicates through parasenses. So spirit may have me see things that I'm not seeing with my natural eye, hear things, taste things, smell things. Now I can't smell in real life. So when spirit wants to communicate something with me in terms of smell, they will make me smell something. So I may smell chocolate chip cookies if grandma used to bake that, right? Or spaghetti, or a common one is cigarette smoke.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always interesting to me because I think that everybody that has gifts like that, they tell different versions of whatever, which lets me know that, because we've been taught to demonize it. Like,
absolutely.
Oh, that's demonic. Or
Yeah.
you can see something that's demonic.
Yeah.
And you can,
yeah.
that's demonic. And you playing with them spirits and you
Yeah.
playing with them. I don't do it. Have you ever did a Ouija board?
I have not. I have not, because I think that people have ways in which, they can communicate with spirit, right? Some people may use the tarot cards. That's fine. Some people may use the pendulum. Some people may use like objects. So you bring the object of this, person that you want to communicate with. Mine is really like I usually have a notebook and a pen, and I'm just kind of just scribbling and seeing what how spirit is communicating. So no, I've never used one.
Would you be opposed to using a spirit board?
I don't know that I would be opposed. I just don't think that I would need to. Yeah, I just, that's just not the way that I communicate with spirit, but it's not the way that I communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I see a lot of stuff. I'm very curious.
Yeah.
I'm very curious because I'm not going to say that I'm unlearning a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because when you're indoctrinated into Christianity.
Yeah.
And then you are, because there's something that you and I didn't touch on. You're also queer.
Yes, I am.
When you hear the vicious and vile things that Christians believe about queer people.
Yeah.
And I'm put this down so I can do it again. Christians feel about queer people and where Christians want us to go.
Yeah.
Not that they're like kind of be like, yeah, y'all go, y'all burning in hell.
Yeah. First and foremost, what spirit has conveyed to me is that there's only heaven. That there's no hell. Right? When we leave here as physical bodies, we will reunite with the source or God or oneness or whatever we choose to call it. And so I'm like, this life is one big experience and experiment. And again, there's no condemnation in it. So when you're done with this experiment, your soul just is going to rejoin God or the universe or whatever you wish to call it. So and again, I wasn't indoctrinated with religion. So my queerness has never been in question for me. My spiritual gifts have never been in question for me. These are not things that I have had to reconcile, if that makes sense, or undo or any of those things. And I think a part of it is because I understand, like, this agreement is really between God and I. This spiritual contract is between God and I. And this is a part of the contract, a part of what I said I would be in this life is Black, woman, queer, minister, medium, spiritual teacher.
So what you're saying is that before your spirit entered into this fleshly place,
yes,
you made a contract with whatever is out there.
Yeah.
The universe, God, whoever. You made a contract and then came here.
Yes.
And you decided.
Yes.
Which brings me to the question. Do you think people choose to be homosexual? or transsexual or bisexual or?
That's a great question. I think my own personal belief is I think that it is their soul mission, their soul contract, their life experience, right? Like, we are souls that have a body. We're not bodies that have a soul. And so I believe that the soul said, when I come into this human experience, I want to have a trans experience. This is the expression of God that God and I said that we would have. So I believe that, like, God says, hey, let me back up. My thought is God has created all of this for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of the heavens and the earths and the stars. But there's no way for God to experience God's self except through humanity. And I believe that God is saying, yes, I created all of this, and now I want to experience it. And go ahead.
No.
Okay.
I'm looking at the camera like, oh.
Yeah. And so I believe that a part of the reason all of us have different fingerprints, right, is because our lives are the imprint of God. So God said, I want to be a trans woman, entertainer, voice of the LGBT community. And that's what you and God agreed on. And I believe it's why your life is in such alignment, because not that you decided this, but that you remembered the contract. You remembered.
That's a lot to think about. That's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Especially thinking about it in times where people are so hell-bent on like what their religious beliefs is. Like God said it. There ain't no way. All y'all over there, like y'all are deceived and blah, blah, blah.
But one of the things, I was having a reading, and I was talking to he was my friend at the time. He was a colleague at the time, and he wanted a reading.
Mm-hmm.
And his grandmother was coming through. And what I told him, I said, your grandmother was very big in like the religious world. I don't know what this is, but like Spirit is saying, like I had titles, and he said his grandmother was a bishop. And I said, well, there's something that's named after her. And he said the street in front of the church the family church was named after her. I said, now she just told me something. I said, now this just totally blew my mind, right? I said, but Spirit just said this to me, that there's no religion in heaven. There's no religion in heaven. There's no orientation in heaven. There's no gender in heaven. That all of this religion and gender and orientation is really for us to really kind of just make sense of our own humanity. But when we leave these physical bodies, we don't take any of this with us.
But where do we go? Because if you tell me from this conversation that there's only heaven, which, because this probably be a valid question if somebody out there's watching. I'm just being devil's advocate here. Which spirit is speaking to you, or which spirit is talking to us? If they're in heaven, and was there an in between?
That's not what they make me feel, right? But also understand the other point of mediumship, I believe, and what Spirit communicates to me, is that we don't have to die to get to heaven, right? That heaven is a consciousness. It's not a location. It's an awareness. And so when we depart these physical bodies, we are energy again. We are pure source energy again. And so there's not a place per se that we go to, as much as it is a consciousness that we get to experience.
Oh. It's a lot I'm taking it all in.
Yes.
Because I'm unlearning a lot of stuff. When you're going through like really trying to find yourself, I don't really think people really get the opportunity to find themselves.
Right.
And when you really find yourself and you like really, like I'm contrary to popular belief, I'm very happy with me.
No, that's a beautiful thing. You should be.
And I understand my purpose here.
Yeah.
I'm not confused on my purpose.
Yeah, you should. That is the whole point of the experiment, is for you to enjoy this human experience. That's the whole journey.
I'm not confused, Lakara. I'm not lost into it. I know that the soul that's housing this body.
Yeah.
I mean, the soul that's in this house of a body.
Yeah.
I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And the point of it is that because you're a light in the world, right? is that more people would see that and more people would be able to trust that they too could just be themselves, that they too could just be the light, that they too, they don't have to people please. They don't have to, you know, follow tradition if they don't want. Like, they really can be on their own path in their journey on what makes them happy.
Because I used to be really fearful of the things like, oh, you're going to go to hell.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, I got so much shit to go to hell for. I got to go to hell because I'm a faggot. I got to go to motherfucking hell because I'm a goddamn trainee.
Right.
I got to go to hell because I like to
Do you believe that there's a hell?
I don't know.
Okay.
I do believe that. Oh God, you open the can of worms.
Okay.
I do believe that you have to pay account of the things that you've done in this life or that you didn't do.
Okay.
I believe that.
Okay.
That you got to pay an account for it. The thing, like, I believe in, because I've watched this so much.
Okay.
I believe in what you place in the ground sprouts up.
Okay.
That's physically and spiritually. Now whether it sprouts up and you harvest good fruits from what you place in the ground.
Yeah.
Or bad fruits, but it's like nothing goes unchecked.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And people call it karma. These are your wages.
Yeah.
I think because I got a saying where I say everybody work and get paid.
Okay.
And so I just feel like a lot of things when people are trying to figure out like why this is going bad in my life and why this is happening, why this stuff, it's like you gotta start thinking back on shit you did and said that you didn't think nobody saw.
Right.
Or you didn't think that you thought that you got away with it because of this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, why does this stuff happen to me? Why does it happen to me right now? What is it? It's like, well, you thought that you thought the universe or spirit didn't see or whatever. Like, or maybe you were going against your contract.
Right. Okay. But I think in that case, I don't believe that there is an eternal punishment for that. Now, I do believe in karma, and I do believe that we get an opportunity to come back and try it again. So I do believe in reincarnation as well.
Sometimes I think about that.
Yeah.
It's just so much. I have so many questions on like, why did the Creator just drop us off?
What do you mean?
You just pulled up and you dropped us the fuck off and they gave us no fucking instructions.
Well, I think
and then people made up and then the Bible is supposed to be the basic instructions before you leave Earth. You just pulled us over and dropped your kids off on the sidewalk.
Well, one is the Bible is roughly 2,000 years old. And we've been here longer than that.
Yes.
Right? So we know that there are other traditions, right? So I think that there's more. I think the Bible is amazing, obviously. But I also think that there's more to, God is still speaking. God is still, listen, and we're going to have the Book of TS. We're going to have the Book of Lakara.
Oh, you definitely going to have the Book of TS.
I already know.
Bitch, you going to have the Book of TS because I got so many motherfucking quotes in that bitch already.
I already know. Like, we are walking, talking, living scripture. And I think also that religion, right, is other people's story. So it's Jesus' story, it's Mary and Joseph's story, it's Moses' story. And I think that spirituality allows us to write our own story, right? We can read the Bible and look at everybody's story and their interactions with God, but we're also having interactions with God. So I think, I just don't think that there's a
hell per se.
No.
I don't know about that because I done told some of you hoes to suck my dick and go to hell, bitch. I done told some of you motherfucking hoes and I done meant it when I said it. Just like they done meant for me to get my fat ass to hell.
But I think that hell exists in this physical form, right? I think that the lowest level of vibration or energy is hell here. So when you talk about jealousy, envy, I think that that's the lowest level that you can get here. And so when you tell people go to hell, they may already be there. I may already be experiencing that.
Mm. So when did you know you were queer, Lakara? Did you find out you were queer at the same time that you knew you had to give? Did you look at a woman and say, "Ooh, I see her grandmama behind her"?
No, not at all. I don't know. I think I probably was very young when I look back at it. That I had an attraction to the same gender, yeah.
So have you been married before?
I have not been married before. I don't have any biological children.
You don't?
I don't.
You've dated, so you have dated men.
I have, yeah.
What happened? Tell me. Shit, I want to know because I love men.
Nothing happened. I just evolved into or more aligned with the truth of who I am.
Of who you are.
Yeah.
So your very first time, so have you been with men?
No.
As the way, wait a minute. Wait. So have you been with men the way that the Bible says a woman knows a man?
What does that mean?
Girl, so you had sexual encounters with men?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay, because you just said no. I was like, wait a minute.
I thought you meant like since like coming out or since.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So
this is like a really Ask Anything podcast.
Oh yeah. Well, I had cars, but we friends.
Yes.
So I wanted, because I asked you that because I want to. How would everybody has energies attached to them?
Yes. Okay.
Was there energy shift when you started dating women over men?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think that's just my, in this human body, that is my sexual preference,
Okay.
right? Or my preference, if you will. It's never about, because spirit doesn't have a gender, right? So I don't think that there's masculine energy and feminine energy, but I think that any of us can embody any of that at any given time. So no, I would say no.
Okay. That was me diving in your personal business. Because I was like, I'm going to tell you why I asked you that. I asked you that because, like, usually if I'm dating a person,
Mm-hmm.
they can't lie to me.
Right.
Because I know.
Yeah.
I know shit. I see it. I feel it.
Yeah.
And some people call it tuition, but it's a little bit deeper for me.
Yeah. You're a seer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's deeper. It's like, don't do that, big nigga. Don't do that shit. Like, bro.
You like, because you already know before it's happening.
Like, bro,
you dreaming
don't even play.
you
Like,
feeling
stop.
it.
Like, just don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know if it was that kind of way. Like, did the energy shift or just?
Oh no! I mean, because I've had this awareness. Like, I just know. Like, when people, I would know before things would happen. Like, I would know before they would even do anything. Like, I would see it. You know, I'd have foresight into it, and just when it happens, like, oh yeah, I know that was going to happen. And I think that sometimes that made it easier to move on, like, from situations. Like, I think I've always been like, okay, God, like, order my steps. And so when something has shifted, if you will, out of a relationship or someplace I'm not supposed to be, then I think it just kind of makes it easier. Like, okay, I know I'm probably not supposed to be here anymore.
Oh, and it's just easier for you to energetically and spiritually just move on.
Yeah, I mean, except there was this one time. That
Tell us about it. Tell us about this one time in band camp. Tell us about it, Lakara.
Well, it just this one, like, we asked for these, we asked for signs, right?
Oh, okay.
So we're like, okay, God, like, and we ask for signs, but we already know, right? But we just like, we playing with God, right? We've been there. We playing with God. So this time I was like, I knew that this relationship wasn't going anywhere. I knew that there were all kind of red flags. And I remember laying on the couch and I asked God, like, God, just give me a sign that if I'm not supposed to be here. And as I'm laying there, I turn on the television, which I hardly ever watch television, but this is like about 2015. And the cast from Frozen was on like the Today Show or something. And they're like, we're here with the cast of Frozen and something Disney on Ice. And they start singing and ice skating and they're like, let it go, let it go. And I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, like that was my sign and I didn't listen. And I paid heavily for not listening.
Ah.
Yeah.
Now, you see the trap that you fell in?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I asked you all of those things because I wanted to know, even as a medium, even as a conduit.
Yes. Yeah. We still have free will.
Yep.
We still have free will. And I tell, like, people will come to me and I'll tell them I lead everything with saying Spirit said, right? And so when people come back to me and say, oh, you said, or wasn't me, was Spirit said, right? And last year, this woman, she just came to me for a reading and she said, I don't know if you remember, I had a reading with you last August. She said, and you told me that Spirit said that this man that I was with, that the relationship was over, because that's what she came. And I said, This was what Spirit said, that you need to make your exit plan. And she says, well, I didn't listen. And she said, Christmas, this man stole all of her children's gifts from under the tree. So it's like, yeah, we can hear from Spirit very clearly and still make our own. So when you ask, right, going back to the question, you said God just dropped us off. And I believe that God went from being the creator to the observer. Right. So now I've created all of this for you all. So now I believe God is like, I'm observing. And now we become the creators. We can create and we have free will. And again, I just don't believe that there's condemnation with that.
So you believe that we can maneuver through this place unchecked for?
No, because I think that when I say no condemnation, I mean, like, if you're doing the right thing, if you're moving in the right way, if you're moving, with yourself and you're not trying to harm people, right? But I think that, yeah, if you're harming people, that's an energy. That's, like you said, that's a seed that you're planting. So we're going to reap what we sow for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just in our own choices that we make in terms of being our truly authentic selves, whether that's trans or whether that's queer or whatever that is, there's no condemnation for that.
Okay. Now, there are people out there that's going to find it hard to, because they're so, how do we unlearn?
Yeah.
Because I think that religion has been the biggest detriment to our community as Black people.
Absolutely. I think what we're seeing now, I think we're seeing a renaissance.
Oh.
Yeah, you like that, huh?
I did.
Okay. I see what I did there.
I saw what you did, and I'm cozy in this renaissance. You see what I did?
I see what you did. I do. I think that there's an awakening that's happening. I think that people are seeing and feeling what they have been taught doesn't really align with what they feel, right? Or the experience that they're having. And so I think we're finding more and more people saying, something don't sound right about that, right? Or I know that this says this, but what did this say before 2,000 years ago? What did this say when we were African people in Africa?
Oh.
Yeah.
Because those are my questions.
Yeah.
And I hate getting into those types of conversations with my mother. Because my mother is so deep. Because I tell this all the time to you guys that know how far Lakara and I go back.
Yeah.
When I first met you, I met you at an event.
Yeah, you were being honored at iElevate, our church's conference.
At the church's conference, at the mayor's. Was it down?
It was at the City Hall.
City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you had no idea who I was. You had never heard of me, never seen, because I love the way you say, I don't even turn on the TV.
Yeah.
So I don't even watch TV. So you didn't know anything about me. I walked past you and you had on this beautiful African attire and this headdress. It was beautiful. And it's like I walked past you from the back and you the way you turned, like it was I don't think you know this.
Yeah.
Because this probably going to be going a little bit in depth.
Okay.
Than I've ever done before.
Yeah.
It's like the way you turn, like I had walked past you and then somebody introduced us.
Yeah.
But when I was walking past, you turned.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they just like, oh, this is Dr. Lakara. And I say, hey, baby, how you doing? And we grabbed each other's hands and then you said, I have a message for your mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I didn't know what you meant by that because they didn't tell me you were a medium and all this stuff. At first, they just said, this is Dr. Lakara Foster.
Yeah.
She's a pastor here.
Yeah.
And you said, I have a message for your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, did your mom lose her sister recently? I said, oh, she did. That's what I said in my mind. Oh, she did. She said, did your mom lose her sister? She's grieving heavy. Mm-hmm. Like she's grieving. The grief is weighing on her heavy.
Yeah.
And stuff. I said, well, she didn't recently lose her sister, but she did lose her sister, and she's still grieving. It's been years, and she's still grieving or whatever. And she says, I have a message for her. And I remember me saying, well, she's not gonna receive that.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to tell. And my mother was with me.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you told me.
You didn't know she was there.
Yeah, you told me afterwards. Yeah.
You didn't know my mom was there. You didn't know none of that shit. I said, well, my mother is here with me, and girl, she's not going to receive that. But tell it to me. Because I tell her. And you was like, you're so funny. You say, no, I can't tell it to you because it's not for you. Mm-hmm. It's for me to tell to her.
Yeah.
And I wanted to I wanted to sob for her.
Yeah.
Because she was not going to receive that.
Yeah.
And mommy, I know you watch my show. I know you watch the podcast, but this is what happened right before. I wanted to sob because I was like, I really wanted her to hear that message from her sister.
Yeah.
But she was not going to receive it. And then you told me, well, I can't tell you because it's not for you, it's for her.
Absolutely.
And I said, well, I can get emotional thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because whatever it is that my aunt wanted to say to her, I really wish that you would have walked over there and just went to tell her because, but I know that she wouldn't have because it was just very much so like, because it's very much, boo, I don't play with that stuff. Don't bring that stuff around.
Yeah.
I don't play with that. It's that stuff.
Yeah. And I think a part of my mission that I agreed upon to come here is to really demystify it, right? For Black people. I was in 2023, the first African-American psychic medium to feature at Lilydale, okay? Lilydale is the oldest spiritualist community in America, and it's been around since about 1878. And it was the first African-American medium. Now, they've had Dr. Wayne Dyer there. They've had Deepak Chopra. They've had Abraham Lincoln, Susan B. Anthony, right? The list is
not
long.
Abraham Lincoln, girl. You talking about the president?
The president, right?
My God.
And so the list is long. And I say that to say that Caucasian people, and not just Caucasian people, right, are very much into honoring their ancestors and their loved ones who've moved on.
Tell us how they do it. Well, for those that don't understand what you mean.
Yeah, so through mediumship, right? This is a spiritualist community where they've done this for years. Black people have also. So Black people started their own Black spiritualist community, which was very big in New Orleans, right, in like the 20s and 30s. And I believe it may have originated in Chicago, but they migrated down to New Orleans. So this isn't new for us, right? And we look at other cultures, right? Mexican people have the Day of the Dead, right? We look at these Disney cartoons, and you have these cartoons that are showing these other cultures honoring their ancestors. They're keeping their ancestors' names alive. You got Moana, you got Coco, you got Encanto, right? Where's ours? Where's ours that shows that it is okay for us to communicate with grandma, get guidance and love and protection?
We just got Jesus.
And that's what I'm saying.
We just got Jesus.
And everyone else has their own direct ancestors.
We just got Jesus. We don't need none of that. We got Jesus.
I understand. And we love Jesus.
We do. But
also, Jesus says, greater works will you do. And I believe that a part of the greater works is us taking them along the journey with us. No, nobody else forgets their ancestors.
We got Jesus.
It's not. Because
that's what they're going to start saying.
It's not demonic for any other culture.
There you go.
Just ours. Just ours.
And who taught us? Oh.
Exactly.
We got Jesus.
Exactly. And I think that we miss out on so much power because it's something that as a collective we won't embrace. Now, individually, we're finding a lot of people, are kind of like the switch is turning on. But for a lot of people, it's like, no, like you said, we got Jesus. I don't do that. That's demonic. But it ain't demonic for no other culture.
Girl, listen, you know how because I wanted you to expound on it, but because I try my best to not overtalk my guests.
No, you're good. Yes.
But I gotta,
Yes. This is how we do. Yes.
Honoring the ancestors. You see that green money?
Yeah.
That's honor. You see all them streets.
Yeah.
You see them schools.
Yes.
You see all that stuff in them people's name. That's honoring their motherfucking ancestors, bitch.
Yeah.
That's honoring their ancestors.
Yeah. And we have an altar, and that's demonic. We put the picture up. And I just, again, it's not what I was taught. Right? It's not what I was taught. So it's not something that I had to unlearn.
And we down there to the church, and we stuck in that. We see white Jesus.
Yeah. But also, we
with blue eyes now.
We also
and blonde hair from Israel.
Right. But we also are not understanding how so much of our African traditional religions are coded in Christianity, right? When we're talking about covered in the blood, that's spiritual protection. Is it not?
When we say fall down at the altar.
Yeah, that all of this is honoring the ancestors. When we say walk by faith.
And not by sight.
Right? That is, I am walking with my ancestors because I trust that they are guiding me. We go down
there and we get communion.
There you go.
And we eating of the body and drinking of the blood.
All the things, the shouting, the running, the jumping, the Holy Ghost.
Oh, you see, you gonna make me start cussing at niggas out here. I'm sick of you niggas.
The spirit, all the things, it is really all rooted in African traditional religion.
Everything is demonic. Oh, I got my beads and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't be seeing people writing in my comments.
Yeah.
Oh, you worship some. Oh, that's demonic.
Yeah.
Oh, you light a candle in your house. That's demonic.
And that's, again, people not understanding really what it is, going by a version of the Bible that I believe is critically flawed.
And then talking about honoring, we can't. Everything honors their ancestors, but
everything,
us.
Everybody. I mean, you literally have cartoons that are teaching the children, this is how you honor your ancestors, and there have not been any made for African American children.
Sick of you motherfucking niggas. Because that's demonic.
Yeah.
Everything is demonic.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, God is just your demon. You're burning in hell. You're communing with the devil.
Yeah. Yeah.
I came on your show, on your podcast, The Medium Roast, which I love, The Medium Roast.
Thank you. And thank you for coming on there.
Yes.
Yeah. And everybody was loving you in your blue.
Yes. I came on the Medium Roast podcast.
Yes.
And I said that I hear the voice of God talk to me and they say bitch to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the devil. Ready to heat.
Right.
God don't speak to them. Because God don't speak to faggots and trannies and dykes and shit. God don't speak to us.
Yeah. That's an unfortunate way to think. Because again, I believe that God wants to experience all of this.
That's why he able to communicate through all of this.
Through everything.
With one of us.
Yeah. Which is why I always say, if you look for God in everything, you'll find God in everything.
In everything.
Yeah.
You can find the God in the damn queen.
Yeah.
You can find God. If you can find God in Juanita Bottom begging ass, you can find God in everything.
You are a mess.
If you can see God in that, you can see God. When I'm up here telling you, the Holy Spirit walked me through the streets and was guiding me and protecting me.
Absolutely.
And put me in this position today to tell you hoes don't walk the streets.
And I think that I got chills. Like, that is so valid, right? It's like you had this experience and you lived through this experience, and God allowed you to live through this experience so that you could teach others, hey, there's another way. And you even have your starter house that says, hey, I want to do this for my community so that you all don't have to do this. And you did that like on the backs of your gifts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I get sick of hearing this stuff about we're demonic and that I hate the fact that we are living in a time right now where everybody is such a fucking Christian.
Yeah.
I'm so Christian. They just Christian.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you want everything that don't look like you to burn in hell.
And that's perhaps that is Christian, but that is not Christ-like.
At all.
Yeah. And that is not Christ-minded.
Because Christian is the religion.
Yeah. Christ-mindedness is the awareness.
And the spirit.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit.
And everybody's not in touch with that.
Whew. Lakara, I get mad about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't get mad about it because I realize that it is an awakening that is happening, and everybody's not going to wake up at the same time.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And those that really want to learn, I have a class right now. It's just like 10 ladies that decided that they wanted to learn. And I think, that's going to continue to grow and grow and grow. But there are some people who really want the information.
All right. So, Lakara, tell us about your class and tell us about your podcast and all this. Tell us about it. Tell me.
Oh, yeah. So the class that I am teaching right now is called Awaken the Mystic. I teach a couple of courses a year where we talk about spiritual hygiene. We talk about psychic attacks. We talk about the parasenses. And some of the people are like, they feel like they may have some type of intuitive gift. And some people just want to learn. So they sign up for the course when I offer it.
So when you say spiritual hygiene, do you teach the girls how to clean their witch pussy?
That is not it. That isn't it. But we do talk about like saging and grounding and,
Sick of you bitches.
all of those things in terms of keeping your spiritual space clean. I mean, the physical space is important too.
No, I'm talking about the spiritual one.
Yeah. Yeah, keeping your spiritual hygiene good.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to be communicating messages. So that's the class. The podcast is the Medium Rose Podcast. It is a new podcast. It's Coffee, Convo, and Connecting with Spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're looking at bringing on just thought leaders and influencers and people who have something amazing to say about really kind of how their faith is leading them or how spirit leads them in the amazing work that they get to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's next for you, Lakara?
Oh, that is a great... I want a television show.
No.
I will have a television show.
There you go. You listen, let me tell you something. This is one thing that I do.
Yeah.
Anybody that comes to my show.
Yeah.
Anybody. I tell them to stop wanting it and know it.
There it is. I know that I will have a television show. You came on my show on the Medium Rose Podcast and you talked about the knowing that you had. And there's a knowing, I don't know, maybe I was like in my early 20s that I knew that I would be connected to Oprah. And I had this experience where I was like, I'm going to be on her show. And it was like through a series of really interesting things. About 3 weeks later, I was on her show and got an opportunity to meet her and all these things. I think I was maybe like 24 or 25. So there was this knowing. So I know that I just feel like I'm supposed to be on the own network. Then I had an opportunity on this season's Bell Collective. One of the producers called and said, hey, we want a medium for the show. And have you heard of the show? I was like, I heard of it, never seen it before. Please don't tell me anything because, again, I want to be able to just go in and do the work. So that was my first experience with being on our own network producing it. So I feel like I'm getting like closer and closer to, like you said, just knowing that.
You gotta know.
Yeah.
Because when you know,
that's so good.
When you wish,
yeah,
it's like, I just wish it would happen. I just wish, or when you hope, like I hope. Nah.
I know.
I know.
I know it.
I know it.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I know.
That's good. And that's what you said on the show.
That's
I don't know
my
when.
motto.
Yeah.
That is my life's motto. That is my life because, you know what I'm saying? I remember me on the streets back then. This is like 30 years ago, fucking 30 years ago. Wow. Me saying, girl, I just wish, I hope I can get up. This is like, no, I know I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I stopped saying I wish and I hope and said, no, I know. I know this ain't all.
Yeah.
This ain't all I got.
Yeah.
I know this not it.
Yeah.
I know that you didn't send me from there to here to be here.
Come on now.
No.
Yeah. And then you made some conscious choices to say.
Correct. Because it's not about just knowing. It's about knowing and then walking in the direction.
Of the knowing.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's good.
See, people can know a lot of shit, but then they don't walk in that direction.
Yeah.
You can have a lot of book knowledge and you can know how to cook, but you don't walk in that kitchen, bitch. You ain't cooked nothing.
That's it. I love that. Walking in the direction of the knowing.
You got to.
That's good stuff.
Keep your feet towards that direction and you'll walk in it some way.
That's good. That's really good.
You will.
Yeah.
I know.
No,
I'm sitting here on the podcast. I told my producers and all the stuff when we were, because this was originally supposed to be a television show, an animated television series.
What?
Originally, this was supposed to be. I told them, I said, listen, I know we're gonna get something. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I know we're gonna get something, and when it happens, we're going to be good. It's going to be a good thing.
I love that. You're an amazing leader.
Thank you.
I watch you with your staff and with your team, and I don't know that you know that people are learning from you, even when you don't know that you're actually teaching.
I know.
Yeah.
I just act like I don't. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I know that there's great things for you because you have great aura, great energy, and that's the contract that you signed. You know it because you signed it.
That's so good. That is so, and I think it is about remembering that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you just helped me to remember to know it, not just to think it or like to know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, hold my hand, tell me what you know about me right now. What kind of knowing you know about me right now, girl?
There's so much to know. There is so much to know.
I wish I could give you a notepad and a piece of paper and let you draw a circle on there.
You know what?
Because the first time that I got a reader for you came out to the house after all of the things, and you brought a notepad and you just were writing symbols on there. You was like, does this mean anything? Is this red? I was like, girl, I don't know what that means.
But I think I know we said something about pancakes.
Yeah, and then I told you that Miss Eve had died, and I remember that that she came, that I had an encounter with her spirit because I smelled pancakes.
There you go, and she brought it up. She sure did. Yeah, and you're very in tune to that. So I don't know why people would think like this is not out of the ordinary at all. Yeah. But I told you, like I said on my podcast, I told you I keep seeing 3 around you. And I feel like everything is going to just happen in threes, like especially around like 3 opportunities for you, 3 major opportunities. And one of them, it does feel like a movie. Yeah. And I know you can't really confirm things like in real time.
No, I can't. I never could.
But we get to go back and look at and say,
Like when you told me that whoever was in my group was going to be there, and like you say, everybody in this room not going to be here next year. Yeah. Them hoes was gone next month.
Yeah. I remember like I was driving to New Orleans and like somebody was just going off about, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this was it.
Yeah.
Like it happened so quickly.
Very fast.
Yeah. But they weren't supposed to go.
No, and it's okay.
It is okay.
And I think that's what people have to be comfortable with.
Yeah.
You got to be comfortable with that when you know something for you.
Yeah.
And you walk in the direction of the knowing, you got to also know that everybody ain't going to be in that group.
Yeah. And be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't argue with God. I just don't. Like, there are people who fall off and you love them and there's no love lost, but they just may not be. And I can see that even with you, right? Like that the places and the rooms that you go in, that's a different vibration. And everybody maybe can't handle that vibration. And I think that's for everybody. Like when you start going into different levels, that some of the people that you are with, the next vibration may be very uncomfortable for them. Maybe they won't like all the lights in their face, or the tabloids finding out their business, or the people. They may not. And then you got some people like, I don't care. Like, I'm on this ride. Yeah.
That's the ones I want.
That's it.
That's the ones I know I'm going to get.
Yeah.
Or I know I have.
Yeah.
They own it.
I know that's right.
I know that's right. See? I know that's right. Yay! Lakara, I want to thank you so much. At the end of this show,
yes,
we always do a segment called Ban It, Bitch.
Yes.
Now, Ban It, Bitch is like one of my favorite segments. It's because you get the opportunity to speak out about, what if you were in power right now and you had like a staff and you can rule, what would you ban? Let me show you. I'll go first. You look at whichever one of these cameras is yours and you tell them, like, watch this one doing. My name is TS Madison. And if I ran the world, I would ban you bitches always claiming that you a motherfucking Christian. I'm so sick of you bitches claiming that y'all Christians and doing all un-Christ-like shit. I don't know what to do. You girls get up there and you start quoting scriptures in the Bible and you cherry pick everything in the Bible that fits your narrative. And then when it comes down to somebody else, honey, you condemn them to hell, not knowing that you 4 seconds away from dropping into that same hell that you putting them in. I want to ban everybody that's using the word Christian and telling people that they can't have their SNAP benefits. I want to ban everybody that's talking about that they Christian and telling folks that they can't come in a place because they black, because they're gay. I want to ban all those Christian folks that find everything wrong with everybody else is doing except what the fuck they doing. I'm tired of you bitches. I'm tired of you misusing the name of Christ to do dark work. I want to ban all you bitches. And that's my minute.
And that's your minute. Oh, I don't even know if I'm going to need a whole minute, but I will say this. My name is Dr. Lakara Foster. And in my kingdom, I would ban playing small. I would ban people from playing small. I would ban people from not honoring their sacred contract. I believe that we are all here on a sacred mission, on a spiritual mission, on a God mission, if you will. And I would ban people from taking the easy way out, for settling for being in comfort, which, if you're honest, is not really that comfortable anyway, and to really pushing yourself and getting in alignment. And one thing that I always say is that you cannot lie and be in alignment.
Oh, hey, Yabashata.
So in my kingdom, I would ban playing small.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dr. Lakara Foster, where can we find you?
You can find me at Lakara with the Gift on all platforms, and also Medium Roast Podcast on all platforms. And definitely check it out. TS we just did an episode together, and it is amazing.
You got to send me the clips to my phone, Lakara, where I can post them.
I will. I'll make sure
y'all be trying to send it to me. Let me post it.
I got you. I will do that today.
Yeah, well, I could be like...
Because, listen, my whole entire comment line is like the blue hair, the blue dress, the blue hair, the blue dress. I'm like,
I don't know why I navigate. Look at this, like on the Outlaws. I don't know why I navigate the blue soul.
I mean, they love the blue. They love you in the blue.
I don't know why I navigate the blue soul. You know what I'm saying? I know, because blue is royalty to me.
It is.
Purple royalty, but blue is something about that.
I mean, they love it.
I think it's blue was supposed to be designated for boys, honey, but I retook that back and say, is it
you
for
reimagined
anybody?
it.
It's for anybody.
It is for everybody.
And any and every damn body.
And blue is also for Yemiya, and Yemiya is the mother.
But I'm very much so of a Shango set.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes.
I love that.
My power come from the sky.
I said,
like lightning.
Lightning, yes.
I want to come to your wedding.
Okay. That's a no-brainer.
Please have it in the United States. Because the spirit is telling me you want to have it somewhere out of the country. Is it true?
Yes. Yeah. You know how you tell me sometimes, like, get out of my business?
I think the spirit wants you, I think you want to do it on the beach with your feet in the sand.
Yes, but I do want to have something in New Orleans. So that is my
yeah,
dream.
But you want to have the big thing standing by water with your feet in the sand.
I do. What else you got for me?
This is what the spirit tells. I could see you placing your feet in the sand.
Yes.
With you a floor. You don't want a traditional wedding dress.
I don't.
I don't know this because you've never told me.
You just found out. You was just like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want a traditional wedding dress. I know. I could see you putting your feet. I could see you having on a actual. Actually, you have rings on your finger, but I could see a ring on your toe.
Oh, come on now.
And putting it in the sand, and you and your partner putting y'all feet by each other in the sand with with water.
Yes, I did say we have had that conversation, and I had said I want to be out of the country. Yeah. You touching on it now.
Water though.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll have something in the stateside as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's where the real wedding gonna be at. Mm-hmm. That's why all your...
Do you want to come to both?
I mean, I got to go where I can afford. I'm going to the most expensive one, and I'm doing that one. Because I'm doing it one time.
And that's it.
Lakara, I love you.
I love you more.
Anytime I go anywhere. You
have said that from literally inviting me to your house when you had your studio in your basement.
Anytime I go anywhere.
You said that.
I'm gonna bring you everywhere. Because wherever I go, there you shall be also.
And that's scripture.
That
That is the book of TS right there.
That book of Timothy. I love you, Lakara.
Yes, I love you more. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. You're welcome all the time. All right, y'all. See y'all next time. Open the door. It's hot in here.